So this is an introduction to Java, my final project for AP Computer Science. Java was originally developed by James Gosling at Sun Microsystems. It was created in an effort to create a new language that would allow consumer electronic devices to communicate with each other. Java was created as Sun Microsystems Incorporation. Java was released in January 23rd, 1996. Java, Java was also created because of the following reasons: the internet, garbage collection, more complex programming that led to OOPS concept. C++ could not enable logic part 2 website pages that gave Java a chance to get into the market. Thanks to C++ disability of platform dependence, gave birth to Java, which became one of the most important characteristics to platform independence. Java can be used to create complete applications that may run on a single computer or be distributed among servers or clients in a network. It can also be used to build a small application module or applet for use as part of a web page. Examples of popular uses: games, mobile applications, embedded systems, scientific applications, enterprise applications, web servers and application servers, desktop GUI applications. Career options with Java would be web developer, application developer, EJB programmer, software developer, tester, graphic designer, and a professional teacher in Java or professor. Java can be downloaded for free, so people are able to learn and code a language. To download Java for Windows, you can download online or download offline. With online, manual installation requires downloads from an IFTW executable program file and requires minimum user intervention. When you run this program, it fetches all the required files from the web, so you must remain connected to the internet during the installation. With offline installation requires you to download an executable file available at the manual Java download page, which includes all the files needed for the complete installation at the user's discretion. There's no need to remain connected to the internet during the installation. Oracle Java can also be installed on Mac versions 10.7.3 or later. 64-bit browser is required to run Oracle Java on Mac. Java variables. The variables are containers for storing data values. In Java, there are different types of variables. For example, string stores text such as hello. String values are surrounded by double quotes. Integers hold whole numbers without decimals such as 123 or negative 123. Floating point numbers with decimals such as 19.99 or negative 19.99. Characters or chars store single characters such as A or uppercase B. They're surrounded by single quotes. Boolean stores values with two states, true or false. Java strings. A string in Java is actually an object which contain methods that can perform certain operations of strings. For example, the length of a string can be found with the length method. Java for loop. When you know exactly how many times you want to loop through a block of code, use the for loop instead of a while loop. Statement 1 is executed one time before the execution of the code block. Statement 2 defines the condition for executing the code block. Statement 3 is executed every time after the code block has been executed. Loops. Loops can execute a block of code as long as the specified condition is reached. Java while loop. The while loop loops through a block of code as long as the specified condition is true. In a sample code of Java, line 1 to 2 assigns code the job to add 5 integers and display their sum. Lines 3 to 9 assigns a variable a value. These statements declare 5 integer variables called number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, etc., number 6, and number 7, and assign values of 11, 22, 23, 44, 55, 66, and 67. Lines 10, integer sum, declares an integer variable called sum without assigning an additional value. Its value is to be computed and assigned later. Line 11 through 12, add integers into sum. Line 13 prints a descriptive string. A string is surrounded by double quotes and it will be printed as it is. The cursor stays after the printed string, declares an integer variable called sum to hold the sum. Line 13 computes the sum. Line 14 prints the value stored in the variable sum or the sum of the 5 integers. You should not surround the variable to be printed by double quotes, otherwise the text will be printed instead of the variable stored in this variable. The value stored in the variable. The cursor advances to the beginning of the next line after printing, and line 15 finalizes the code and closes the command. And this is the resource